Hi guys, Brian back with another video, joined by Ian.
Hello.
And not Pterodactyl Tom. He's going to be in the video today, but I do have his ratings for each of the matches. But we're going to be talking ratings for Hell in a Cell. This pay-per-view.
It started off well. The main card started off really well.
Do you know what, let's just get straight in here, because the longer this takes, the more pissed off I'm going to get.
Yeah, true.
So the first match that we had was on the kickoff show. Only one match on the kickoff show.
Because WWE didn't give a shit about the pay-per-view.
Nope. This was Natalya against Lacey Evans in their captivating rivalry.
It's continued. Yeah, the match on Raw.
This rivalry, what is it?
You did the sharpshooter. That's my move.
Exactly, it's just like, oh, you took my move. I'm not happy about that. Let's fight. Okay.
Exactly, that's what it is.
So, legit, we'll just get into the ratings for it. We'll start with Tom's. He gave it 0.25.
Yeah, he's not the only one.
0.25 from Ian. I was a bit more generous. I gave it 0.5.
I don't know why, because it was a bag of shit.
There was a couple of good moves for Lacey. Like one or two, but the match itself was pretty shit. So, overall rating, I'm kind of dominated here on the 2.5s, or 0.25, so yeah. 0.25. Bag of shit match. On to the main card, and the first match that we got on here was probably match of the night.
It was the only good part about the night.
It was, well, I say probably match of the night, definitely match of the night. It was Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship inside Hell in a Cell. Thoughts here?
See, I've been thinking since it happened. I want to see next year a woman fall off the side or off the top of the cell for a table.
Ian, the inclusive person.
What the women
fighting for women's rights.
Well, some of the women are better wrestlers than the guys in the company anyway.
That is true. That is true.
Like in the very first men's Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels got knocked off the side by the Undertaker when he fell through the table.
And let's be honest, like, if we're talking about the men versus the women here, like this pay-per-view proved
that the women are better.
The women are actually did so much better than the men. In this match, I gave it 3.5. Tom gave it 3.5.
So did I.
And Ian gave it 3.5. Legit a really good match. Do you know what? I'll actually bump it up a little bit more. I'm going to bump it up to a 4 for me. Literally because the pay-per-view itself kind of overshadowed how good this match was.
I'll go up to a 3.75. The only reason I knocked it down to a 3.5 in the first place is because they didn't have Sasha win.
So next on a match that it was pretty decent. I think it was a shame that it was put on just after this match because it didn't seem as good.
Yeah.
This was Roman.
Rated low.
He's rated it low. It's Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan against Bludgeon Brothers 2.0. Go on.
1.25.
You gave it a 1.25?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was shit compared to that first match.
See, that's the problem. When you put on a good match after an amazing match, like the good match seems pretty crap.
Yeah.
So I had to actually go back and judge it again.
I also lowered that because of the winners.
See, that's why it only got a 2. It only got a 2 from me. It only got a 2.5 from Tom. The reason for it is because of the winners. It should have been the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, it should have been.
So on to the next one. On the pre-show, this was announced because Ali and Randy had some sort of confrontation.
Back in like January.
And it meant nothing. This was Ali against Randy Orton. Any thoughts? I'm just going to go straight into ratings if you want to say anything.
I'll give it a 0.25.
You gave it a 0.25?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Ian has not given it the lowest rating here. I've gave it a 0.25. Thomas gave it a 0. Oh, by the way, the rate all over rating for that last match
Would be about a 2.
Run about a 2. But for this one, the all over rating 0.25. Like, it was just that bad. On to a match that I'm guessing Ian has judged very harshly.
Yeah, it is.
This is Twisted Chaos. Well, that's not even the real name, I just gave them that name.
I called them Twisted Bliss.
You call them Twisted Bliss. You just call them hers.
Yeah. Because
Right.
Nikki Cross doesn't matter. They only care about Alexa in the company.
Right, Twisted Chaos against the Kabuki Warriors. I just want to know how harshly he's rated this.
I gave it a 1.
He gave it a 1, even though it was pretty decent.
No.
I gave it a 2.75, Tom gave it a 3. It was actually a decent match, and you've just gone, do you know what, I'm going to be a harsh cunt here.
Told you, harsh.
So the all-over rating for that will be something like
A 2.
a 2.
Yep.
The next match that we had was a 6-man tag team match. This was the War Raiders and Braun Strowman versus the Club.
I've decided I'm going to bump this now.
Go on.
0.5 now.
0.5. I mean, we've not exactly rated it well. Tom gave it a 1.5, I gave it a 1.25.
And the reason I'm bumping it down is because they should have had somebody else in the match who made sense.
I'm dropping it down to a 1, literally for that reason.
Because the only reason they had Braun Strowman in that match was to get his KO punch off of for the feud he's got coming up with Tyson Fury. But in a context with everybody else in the match, it made no sense.
But all over rating of like 0.75.
I give shit.
But should have been somebody like Cedric Alexander or Ricochet or something.
Yeah.
We're going to let him talk about the 24/7 championship after we've got through these ratings, because they're his own. Like, I didn't include them in the ratings. So, the next match that we actually had was King Corbin versus Chad Gable. What's your rating?
I gave it a 1.
You gave it a 1?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ian has given the highest rating for this match.
Whoop whoop.
Tom gave it a 0.5, I gave it 0.75.
That's because you both don't like Corbin.
No, it's not, because do you know the first match that they had?
We've had 3.
I'm saying, do you know the first match that they had? I'd have rated that pretty high actually. They had a great match, and I've been loving Corbin's run, but each time they've had a match, it's kind of diminished.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they had a great match and then they had a pretty okay match. This one, it was pretty shit for me.
Still give it a 1 because that first match I would have rated like 3.75. The second match they had was pretty shit.
And one of the biggest reasons for getting this a low rating, Shorty Gable.
Yeah.
They just didn't shut up about his height.
But if you saw the back, it's like, oh, now Corbin came up short.
Aye, but still, they just mentioned it so much. And Tom was like, who's Corey Graves to talk? He's not exactly much taller than Chad Gable. And then Thomas went on to go, right, Chad Gable is around the same size as like Bobby Fish and people like that. So what's all this Shorty Gable crap about?
He's wrestling a guy that's 6'8".
So? I'm pretty sure Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly once had a match against the Viking Raiders.
They're not that tall anyway, they're only like 6'2".
Aye, but the big massive men, you didn't hear them going, oh look, Twiggies.
You never know what they said backstage.
But aye, really, really low rating for this, all over rating. If he gave it a 1, Tom
Not
gave it a 0.5,
0.5.
I gave it 0.75, it'll be that.
Yeah.
So moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Charlotte against Bayley. The match itself was pretty decent. What happened afterwards? Her crying.
Yeah, I know.
That was stupid.
What did you give it, Brian?
I gave it a 2.5. Tom gave it a 2. You gave it something terrible.
1.5.
1.5. Ian just doesn't like wrestling.
Better than you expected.
It actually is. So we get an all over rating of like 2.
Yeah.
But not I expected math yet,
No, it's
but it was pretty decent.
Bailey just bores me.
You know what? I'm getting pissed off. Let's move on to what we need to talk about.
I think the worst ending to a pay-per-view I've seen.
Same. I have tried to defend WWE on many occasions.
And that being said, if you remember, talk about another company. Do you remember Impact Wrestling?
Well, man, before you say it, the matchup we're talking about, obviously, the Universal Championship match inside the Hell in a Cell between The Fiend and Seth Rollins.
go back to what I was saying. Do you remember Aces and Eights? When they unveiled Bully Ray as the leader, and how the fans reacted then, and how I think WWE got off lightly with how the fans reacted.
They got off lightly. Did you see the video of it after the full thing had shut down?
Yeah.
Like, the fans were still fucking gone mental, booing, chanting AEW, chanting refund.
They're lucky they got nothing thrown at them.
That's true. Like, WWE fucked up here
Massively.
badly. Because I liked the start of the match, and the Fiend like being resilient again. Well, no selling the candlestick shots and that. I gave it a 1. Tom gave it a 1 as well.
I give it a 0.5.
0.5, so 0.75 we'll say there.
And that is very generous. The smartest thing to do in that situation, because they booked the match, was to have someone interfere.
The smartest thing, do you want to know the smartest thing they could have done?
No, but
Had Seth attacked backstage so that he couldn't participate in the match. That would have been the wisest choice.
Eric Rowan gets a new fitting.
Had Eric Rowan attack him, had Braun Strowman attack him, fuck me, could have had the Gypsy King attack him.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. Fuck me, I'd have been happier with Hornswoggle attacking him backstage. But what we got was just
Terrible.
awful. Let's let him talk about the 24/7 championship here.
Right, so Street Profits backstage. Truth and Carmella bump into them. Carmella gets rolled up by Tamina. Tamina's now the 24/7 champion.
Tamina's got a championship in 2019.
But that is a match on that card, so I rated it -5 because Tamina had a championship. But after Bailey and Charlotte entered the ring, just before their match started, it pans to Tamina in the audience, and Tamina gets super kicked by Carmella, and then Carmella tells Truth to pin Tamina. So now Truth is like a 20 million time 24/7, 11.
Actual number is 20.
11:48, 9, 12, 6, 367 days a year, whatever he says. Champion.
What did you get that one then?
Because Truth is the best thing about that championship. I jokingly give it a 5 stars.
There's no way you could actually get it a 5 stars. Do you know why? Because Funaki did not become champion.
Yeah.
If Funaki became champion, that'd have been the best part of the show.
But them 2 ratings are me just joking.
Yeah, obviously. Let's get on to the final ratings. Ian, what did you rate Hell in a Cell as a whole?
I don't have one.
What would you get?
Because of the first match, give it a 1.75.
1.75. My final rating was 2, and Tom's final rating was 1. Tom was really upset with Randy Orton getting the win over Ali. So
1.5.
1.5's the final rating there. We hope you enjoyed this video. Ian, anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'm winning this draft and then I'm going to staple you next week.
Well, you got to staple me?
Yeah.
I doubt that.
Oh, I'm going to step with your brother.
Aye, Tom lost the predictions. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button.
See you later.